Fumble through! Fumble through! Fumble through! Fumble through! Fumbling through, fumbling through. Fumbling through, fumbling through. Fumbling through!
When there's nothing to binge, no movie to see, the books are all boring and no place to be. All the doom scrolling was done on the loo, but there's always time to fumble through.
Fumble through!
A podcast that is perfect for stinker tinker time. Hey, crazy kids, thanks for joining us once again in the Fumble Factory. This year seems to be marching on, and so do we, but we find ways of making meaning of our time. So let's talk about how we make meaning. What are some websites that you're spending your time on?
Justin,
Yes, what?
Justin, I've noticed in 2024 your intro game has gotten way more poetic.
I like poetry.
Yes, that's what I mean by
Good
poetic,
words.
yes.
Good words, Miggy.
They rhyme with each other, and I quite like it. I think you're doing a great job with
Oh,
that.
thank you.
Yeah.
I don't know how to feel about
feelings,
compliments.
yes, feelings.
I don't know what pride. What is pride?
No, you chuck some songs in there and stuff, but I think let's keep that up. At
I
least
appreciate
next
it.
week, do something that rhymes.
Oh, God. Now I'm not going to do it out of spite. This is ruined. It's ruined. All good things are ruined. Like, I was watching something on the internet the other day. They were like, if you want a man to wear something, just compliment him on it and then he'll wear it till it dies. I'm like, one compliment. Doesn't even have to be a good compliment. Just like, oh, you're wearing that. Yep, I'm wearing this forever now. So everything else in my wardrobe gone. There. So, what websites are you spending your time on? Let's be some educational. Let's be like doing what the internet is a broad and vast things, and I would like to learn some stuff. So, what are some internet sites out there that are interesting that you're doing? That how are you spending your time online?
I've been spending a lot of time on TikTok lately.
On TikTok?
Yep.
Is that a waste of time? Like,
No.
is social media now
It is,
considered a
but
website?
You can
that you're
follow us
doing?
on TikTok and see some of my new content that I've been putting up.
You have been putting up a lot of content.
Again, that's been on point too.
I've been trying some
That's-
TikTok trends.
2 wins for Fumble Through this year.
I've
done.
thought about doing some stuff on Instagram, but
No, I have gotten obsessed with some really weird TikToks, like roll for puppet. So you roll
What?
dice to create a puppet,
okay.
Oh,
and then they make a puppet, like a Muppet puppet.
really? That sounds redundant.
And just hands up in this room. Who's got TikTok?
Look, it's on
It's the
it's
only
on
one
I
with
don't want
Facebook.
to lay it anymore.
It's on
Yeah, me
Facebook.
too.
It's
I
on the
needed
Facebook
it.
scroll.
I
That's
know.
the feed, right? You know.
I didn't want it.
It's on Instagram too.
It's a business requirement.
Oh, it's tax
It started
deductible.
off as a business
And
requirement.
now it's
I didn't
now
want
it's
a crack
something-
habit, but
Yeah,
you know.
that's. I think Luke and I have removed TikTok for the same reason that
Yeah.
we had a day once where we were like, "Oh, I'm just going to check TikTok" as we woke up, and then we're like, "Fuck, it's bedtime."
Yeah, I'm not that
Instead,
bad.
now I get its cheaper cousin YouTube Reels.
Yeah, I still do that. But social media is a weird place for time loss. But what I'm asking is, what's some actual stuff out there that we can share? We can share knowledge with
So-
people. What are some websites
Well,
with
I
some
do that
knowledge?
through social media though. So I'm looking at like Gordon Ramsay, Hell's Kitchen, and looking at the cooking techniques. I look at a couple of chefs online that kind of do cook, but they do it in a TikTok version, and they're really like. There's a couple of them that are really, really good, and you go, "Oh, that's why you do that," and really down to earth, really simple, breaks it down.
Do you have a file where you save that stuff? Like,
No, I
how
don't
do
need
you
to.
save the thing?
I'm not interested in learning the recipe. I'm I'm interested in learning why the chefs think that works as a piece of food that goes together. So this for the acid, this for the sweet, that for the tart. That how they're putting it together. And then I'm also interested in
Why are you feeding tarts?
when moving on, when some people chefs go, this is a very grown up plate of food. This is highly complex. This is super well crafted. What does that actually mean for someone who's not in the business? So I'm using it to kind of get in and go, oh, you're doing that because carrot puree sets off the blanched thingy by this, and then if you add the radish, it's going to give it a tart. That
The sweetness of the baked beans
Yeah,
sets
yeah.
the fish fingers and chips right off.
Yeah,
Brett,
yeah.
do you have just a Pinterest thing of boards of just pictures of food? Like,
No,
is
no.
that what you do in your spare time?
No, I
Just
ate
look
it.
at food?
I ate it.
I'm just going to look at all the food while I'm waiting to eat the food, just to get myself ready.
Well, you say that like I wasn't watching one recipe while preparing another tonight at dinner time.
Oh, that would mess with my brain.
Yeah.
I could not do that.
I don't really go to websites much.
Yeah,
When I'm
yeah.
on the
It's- yeah.
computer, I will share you some of the ones I use for work, though, that are super useful and everyone should
yeah.
do. So I do cybersecurity, for those who don't know. So the first one is...
Really?
Shut up.
Chat GPT.
Have
The
I
second
been
one,
pwned?
Chat GPT.
Have
I
I
been pwned?
Have I been pwned? Pwned, PWNED.com.
Okay.
So this is a website where you basically chuck in your email address and it checks a database against the black web for who has, like, if that email address and password has ever been
Pwned.
released on the dark web. So it will tell you how many times that email has been released on the dark web, where it was
Ooh.
released from what breach site. And it's super useful. So, I mean, I can do one right now if you...
I'm doing
Anyone?
mine.
No, thanks.
I'm doing mine now.
No,
I've
I
been
know.
pa-
Apple tells me mine's been
Oh.
involved in a breach all the time, and I don't bother
Oh,
checking.
that's not a good response.
My
No.
bank.
When you do it, for anyone who wants to feel secure in their life, do not go to that website.
But the other one is to help for that. So you should be using different passwords for everything, not
Yeah.
the same password on anything.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Just answer yes. This is going on public record. Yes.
there's a really good program you can get. It's free. LastPass.
So my first password is QWERTY. The next one is UIOP.
Classic.
And 1, 2, 3. And 3, 2, 1.
Mine's the maiden name of my mother and the first job I had mixed with my birth date.
Yeah, mine's my
In a random assortment.
my porn star name and the length of my moustache.
So
Yeah.
that means it changes quite often.
Correct.
Because he's got multiple porn star names.
But yeah, so
I keep
LastPass.
getting banned.
No, it's just AKA every time.
LastPass is a really good password manager. It's free. Store your passwords in there, and then you only have to remember one password.
Apple
and,
does that for you. Oh, you don't have an Apple.
and then it randomly generates it. No, but most of those, like say Chrome and all that, they don't actually encrypt it when they store it in.
Really?
Yeah. So
Oh. Well, I can't get into it when I forget my password.
Oh, that's funny. So,
and you can access it on your phone.
can I go back to the question?
cloud-based.
Like, when you guys are on social media and you see something and you're like, "Oh, that's really good. I want to save that for later." What do you do?
I don't.
You bookmark it.
You bookmark it?
Well, like you can on Instagram, there's the little like tab.
Yeah.
It looks like a bookmark.
yeah.
You can just click on.
No.
There's-
I just send it to you guys.
Yeah, that's
And then
all
go
I
back.
do.
No,
I send it to people.
I actually send it to myself. So I'm like, I have quite a few that I'm like, oh, this will come in handy one day. Or like it'll be, because I often look at somebody doing a guitar thing or something and I'm like, and it's quite intricate and I want to go back and watch it quite a few times. And then, sometimes I might not be near a guitar or I might be at work or whatever. So I'm like, I'll go back and check that later. And, it'll give you some chord progressions or some licks or some things that you really want. So I have a little thing that I send it to myself with.
He's talking about porn, isn't he? And he's just replaced it with guitar.
Yeah. Some things I want to try.
some fingering and some licks.
Yeah.
Some things I want to try. What is it? Any other websites that people are on? Like other than social media, it actually saddens me that all you guys can do is talk about social media.
No,
stuff.
well, I don't use the internet. I use the
Yeah.
internet for information searching through work.
Yeah, so what-
Which means I remove it from my personal life because it feels like work.
So you never get on something like the NASA website and
I
have a
don't.
look
I don't
around?
do it for fun. I don't do it
Really?
for fun. I do it when I play games to, research
See, I don't do that anymore.
Conan. Like I'll get on and go, what was the recipe for hardened leather again?
Yeah,
I'll do
okay.
that kind of thing. But
So-
it's all fact. Find me a bit of
So
research.
you
like do a
don't
research.
you don't just go on and go, I'm interested in this. Where do I go? I'm going to check Reddit out, or I'm going to go and read something. Like I jump on the NASA website and see what's the latest thing there. I'm
Not
gonna go-
really, no.
I have enough growth in my job and exploring
Yeah.
things that I don't know that I need to come home and after 12 hours of that in a day, I
The
don't need.
Batuta Advocate.
No,
You don't go there and read.
No. The
stuff.
thing is, you've got far too much time on your hands,
Yeah.
Justin, and you're bored.
yeah.
Board Panda. That's another one. It's there. Mummier.
No, I think I've got my algorithm really well set up that I don't need to go search for stuff that I'm
Yeah,
interested in.
pulls
It
it
comes
straight
to
in.
me.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah, but there's always things that you want that are different to that, though.
No.
Like, yes, I get what you're saying, but then there's always some other things. Like, I've been very interested in perpetual motion machines lately, so I've been looking at this water perpetual motion machine that people can do. Yeah, the Rube Goldberg machine. It was another thing that I was really interested in for a long time. So I go and watch.
You're one of those
and-
guys that
and
logs in every day to see what the Google link takes you
I
to.
often click the Google link. Often.
Are you doing that
Because I
because
have
you're?
the time of day to do things like that.
Are you doing that because you're interested, or are you doing that because something else has sparked your interest and you need to feed it back into the real world somehow, or is
No,
it just
I'm
a kind
interested.
of
If
self-fulfilling
I've seen it
research
or heard
process?
it, or I'm interested in
Right.
it. I guess some of this came from at work for a very long time. For about like 4 or 5 years, I did a nerd fact of the day email every single day. So there was a weird fact every single day, and I had to go and research those. So there was a long time when I do that. But then, lately, I guess the thing that I've been really looking at is AI. And I'm very interested. So I go on Bing at the moment, and Bing's got what is it, Copilot, I think it is, and using AI and the DALL-E 3 or whatever that is. I don't even know what it's, but creating AI imagery and seeing what you can actually get out of that AI imagery is really interesting to me. To say, here's some things I want to see that. Like I every now and then I think of a concept, and you go, I'm going to see if you can do. You can't do rude things
Did you
in
look
AI.
at the Dune
Fucking hell.
movie, Dune popcorn bucket?
Oh my God, you can't do that with it. But I just find it really interesting to go, if how far can you push certain concepts, or how far can you go? Because I like art a lot. The idea of AI art kind of messes with my brain, whether it's right or wrong and all that kind of stuff. And I want a real artist to do it. But I'm also really interested in concepts of going, okay, I just talked about something funny with someone. Wouldn't it be funny if I just did this? So I was like literally just talking about someone put it, instead of pointing to a screen, they would touch the screen when they pointed to it, which was driving everyone mad because their screen was full of stuff. So I used AI to create an image of a very dirty screen and somebody cleaning it and stuff. But you can do that. I don't know. I like that.
See,
It doesn't sound like a group thing, Justin. It sounds like a Justin thing.
Yeah. See, I used to be the same as you, bro. I used to spend a lot of time on websites for games and stuff. But I kind of realized that I was just following tutorials on how to play a game.
Yeah.
And I quickly went, no. And I spent a long time talking myself out of, where's this?
I don't want a shortcut. I'll do it myself.
Is there a chest here somewhere? Where is it? And I just ended up closing everything down and playing the game.
It's not that.
I'm with you with that. Lindsay.
It's mainly Conan, where there are certain recipes to get a thing. And I'm like, oh, what did I need again from that thing? I'll look it up on my phone so it's always in my sight rather than having to be at the building thing to go, I need 15 of this and 12 of that.
So I could go get them out of the chest.
Get them out of where I need to get to and get
enough.
enough to build the thing.
Yeah,
it's about just the facts of the recipe.
Gotcha.
It's not searching the world.
So
for
instead
how
of
I
note
make that.
paper, you're using Google.
And if you
Yeah.
play on PC, you can just do quality of life mods for that kind of stuff. All right. What do you think the most popular? I have the top 25 visited sites for January.
Does this include search engines?
Yep.
Does this
Google.
include porn?
Yep. Number one with a bullet, Google. Guess how much time the average time someone spent on Google was?
It would be around 7 hours.
Average visit duration, I should say.
Visit duration.
15 seconds.
Nope. 10 minutes and 45
Really?
seconds. Yep.
Oh, because you got to go through the search results.
And
You're not just
pages
typing in.
visited while on there, 8.7, which is really interesting. What do you reckon came number two?
Pornhub.
No.
No, there'll be like 3 or 4.
Number
Microsoft
Nope.
365.
Nope. Not even on the list.
Oh,
Tell you that one.
Is it a map software?
Nope.
Is it another search engine?
Nope. Well, maybe, I guess. It's YouTube.
Oh.
So then it goes, then we have our first social media contender and our second and our third all in a row.
TikTok, Instagram, Facebook.
No, it goes Facebook, Instagram, Twitter,
Oh.
okay, or X. Then Baidu.com, which is a Chinese site, then Wikipedia, then Yahoo.com, which really surprised me that Yahoo's still up
Oh,
there.
yeah.
Yeah. Then
Is it the back end of other things that it's counting?
I
Is
don't know. Well, apparently it's websites visited.
Okay.
Then it's yandex.ru, which I believe is a Russian thing. Then it's WhatsApp. Then we bring in our first adult media thing, I believe, which is X videos is adult, isn't it?
Let me have a look. Hang on.
Hang on. These are bookmarked.
Guess what the average duration on X videos is?
15 seconds.
Yeah.
Ironically, 8 minutes is the.
I was
is the
going to
time.
say 8 minutes.
Yep.
Someone's watching it for the story.
So
Yep, it's a porn site. Yep.
people spend more time on X videos than they do on Amazon.com. 6 minutes.
Oh, yeah, because Amazon is easy. You type in what you want and hit buy.
Yeah, you buy porn. People
A lot
spend.
of the porn
Who buys porn?
Yeah, I was going to say.
A lot of the porn sites are similar. You type in what you want and there it is.
Coming in at number 13, TikTok.
Nice choice of words.
How long do you reckon people spend on TikTok?
24
4
hours, 24, 48 hours.
3 minutes and 27
No
seconds.
way.
No way.
Then it's Pornhub with 9 minutes. Then it's XNXX. Is that
porn
probably
site.
Yes,
another
that's
porn
another-
site?
Porn site.
Okay. Then there's Reddit. Then there's Yahoo.co.jp, which I think might be the Japanese version of Yahoo.
Yeah.
Then it's LinkedIn. Then Netflix, which is really interesting because that's the
Oh.
first
What is
of
this
the
list?
from January this year.
Netflix online.
Yeah. Then
I watch Netflix online all
sorry,
the time.
I lied
Not
to
the
you.
app.
Then
No,
it's
I wa-
office.com at number 23. Then it's DZ, it's another Russian site. Then it's Bing.
Interesting.
Yeah, I found that really interesting. There's really cool YouTube. So we go on to this. There's really cool YouTube statistics thing that you can do over the years. So it might be like top websites over the years, and it gives you like the different websites and then a bar. And as the years run, the bars move and
Yeah,
change.
I remember that. Yeah.
And you can do like top songs or top grossing movies and all that kind of stuff. And like it comes up, and then Titanic will pop up, and then after Titanic, it'll be Spider-Man will pop up and overtake Titanic and stuff. It's really interesting watching websites and how websites have evolved over the last couple of years, because Yahoo was at number 1 for so long.
Well, I'm amazed after listening to that. I obviously need to stop wasting my time on Pornhub and go to X videos.
It's true. Go to yandex.ru.
Yandex.
I don't know. I think it's a Russian thing.
Yeah, no, I'm not on steady with that.
I think it might be a Russian thing. So I would like to move along, because obviously I feel like I've dominated that entire discussion about the internet. So here's some questions for you. We asked a little while ago, and Brett, I think, brought this back in a previous discussion, is what is the criteria for inviting people to your D&D game? What are the rules, the criteria?
Oh, yeah.
And also, what makes a table that you want to join? What's the criteria for you to join a table?
I've got a similar rule to what is a new life rule that I'm holding life by.
The
is
balls.
The no dickhead rule. I don't want to have dickheads in my life anymore. And if you're a dickhead by me, I don't want to invite you into my game. Certainly don't want you in my life.
But we play together all the time.
Some people were in that
He's at
before the
capacity.
rule.
I was about to
Exactly.
say that. Yeah.
No dickheads.
Yeah.
No
Yeah.
plural.
Yeah.
One's allowed.
I had to
more,
manifest
no
the
more.
rule from some learnings, Justin.
yeah, there's not plural. Yeah. So no dickheads. How do you govern this though? Is this around people joining your table, or you joining a table?
Oh, I don't have the call on me joining a table. You quite often don't know what the people are at the table that you're joining. You don't have that kind of insight. But as I'm bringing someone to a table, I want to make sure they're going to fit in the aesthetic of the table and the attitude of the table, and they're not going to kind of jar. That that they're all on the same wavelength in playing.
How well do you vet somebody coming into a table? You two are very quiet. It's interesting because at this table, I brought Luke on board into our social game, and Brett brought Lindsay on board. So obviously, you guys might have passed the no dickhead rule.
Or that's how I found it.
Or there, that's how we've reached capacity.
Yeah.
I have a different rule when I invite people to the table.
Yeah.
They can come for once and then they may not get invited back.
Okay. How do you uninvite someone?
Yeah, I found uninvited
I just
harder
don't tell them when we're playing.
So I omit them. I bully them.
Hang
by
on,
omission.
I've done one of your 5e games and never played it again.
That was your choice though, because it was 5e. There's only been one guy that got shitty, and I'm like, well, you didn't really fit. You didn't try, so You know?
Is that Hero?
No, it's another dude. I'm not going to name names.
Fair enough. He knows.
Why did you look at me?
He knows.
But I don't host games much anymore.
I think it's interesting when you bring someone to the table because you want them to fit with everyone else. It's that kind of, you bring in your girlfriend home for the first time and you want your family to like them. It's that kind of feeling of going,
Yeah, that's true.
I really am invested in this person that I'm bringing to the
exposing
table.
yourself.
Yeah, and if you guys
Emotionally.
don't like him, then why do I like him? Because I like all
What
of
does that
you
reflect on
guys.
me? Yeah.
And I think he'll fit in this, and he's the same kind of geek as us, the same kind of aesthetic as us. That should work. Why is that not right? So I feel like it's a personal insult if you don't like my friends.
But you can never guarantee the mix, can
True.
you? Whether it'll work.
True.
I can't say because I've never had to bring anybody to the table, so I don't really think I've ever had
What
the
about your
opportunity to
Warhammer table?
Well, nobody. There's only one person really. Well,
Do you have
doesn't
a
have friends.
vetting for who you would play Warhammer?
there aren't
with?
many people I know who've got the financial capacity to deal with.
You've got a cupboard full.
I keep saying I got enough for everybody
you
to
got-
play, but
Yeah.
nobody comes.
Loners for everyone.
Yeah. There's only really two people here that I actually in this country at the moment, certainly in the Brisbane area, that I play that with, and one's at work and
Would there be anyone in your life that you'd be like, they would really be good at the table? Yep, that's telling.
yeah, no, I just don't think anybody's
That's telling.
got the passion for
It's-
it.
I think there are people in my life.
Even around this table, nobody's got the passion to do it.
Well, I think there are people in my life that I'd like to play D&D with,
Yeah.
but I think it's a different table. I think I would
Yeah.
bring another group to a table who have a different feel and a different aesthetic, and there'd be a different gameplay in that.
Mhm.
I don't think they would fit at either of our existing games, this one or the other one, but I think they would fit in another table with other people, and I
Yeah.
could play in that.
Mhm.
There's a very,
And that's okay.
very particular caliber of
Yeah.
person.
Yeah.
Like if I was playing games with my family and I needed to fill a spot, I'd ask Brett. Wouldn't ask Justin.
Fuck off.
I think you'd be disappointed in both of those outcomes.
I have been disappointed by those outcomes.
It interests me because there are some criteria that change as well. So it depends on the group. So like very much invested in our social group. The group that I've now been playing with for 24 years has had so many different people come and go from that table. And early on, it was just people who you found who were interested in the game. And then as the years went on, we found more and more people, and we're like, who is interested in the game, but who fits at the table, or who do we think would fit at the table, or who's shown an interest in there? And then from there, it depends on the size of the group. Like if the group is quite small, you really want the right person to come. If the group's a bit bigger, you can take some chances
There's a
on
bit of
that.
buffer. Yeah.
You've got a bit of buffer, and you've got they're not as integral. And if for me as well, the big part, and I think Luke, we had a long conversation. I think it was a bit weird that it was like, last time we spoke about this, it was like inducting someone into a cult, because I was like, you got to come, and if you come, you've got to commit to it. And if you're going to commit to it, that means you're there there's not just, you can't just come and then go, oh, I can't make it next week. I can't make it. Like you're part of a narrative and a story that we're all invested in, and you're in holus bolus. There is no halving this kind of shit. Like, I think that was a big thing for me, especially in that style of game. Whereas when I play at the shop or whatever, it doesn't matter who I play with. I just enjoy
Because you don't
the
have an
different-
ongoing commitment to that.
Yeah, well, I have an ongoing
I think that's
commitment.
different when you
Yeah.
go and play like,
Socially.
the one-off games.
Yeah, when I came in as well, there was only, including myself at that point, there would have been 5 people around the table.
Yeah, we
It was
had a very small.
It was very small
knit.
at that point, yeah.
Yeah, I think Brett was also a 5th edition when you came into the group. Was very small.
No, it was 4 because it was you, Mikey, Danny.
Yeah, but it was a call.
There wasn't I was the.
There was the 2 Dannies, wasn't it?
No, there was Lawyer Dude
Yeah,
for a little
Ken.
while, Ken and Danny, and then I was the 5th at that. But Ken
Yeah.
wasn't there when I started. He came back.
Okay. Yeah. So, and that's, we were desperate, which is obviously
why I managed
what
to
I'm
get in.
hearing- what I'm hearing there. No, I don't think it was that. I think there's a lot of time where like Brett said, you want the right person to fit, and you want it because like if I've got one night out a week, which is essentially what that social game is,
You
I
don't wanna
want
be
to
full of
spend that.
tension
I
and
want to
difficulty.
spend that
Yeah.
night with people who are invested, and like
Where I can
the
be
best.
me.
The best games are the games where everybody wants to play. So
Yeah.
you know,
I wonder, Justin, if I can flip the question and go, are there tables you've walked away from because the mix wasn't right, and why?
yes. So I've walked away from this group right now. No, I've walked away from a gaming group because of the style of play. Not because I didn't like the people around it, but I found the style of play a little too. It just wasn't for me. So I
Bit
kind of was,
mechanical, not as role play.
and I was like, my game card was full
Yeah.
as well. I'm not
Yeah.
desperate for games, and I was kind of involved with it, and I liked the people, and I thought the game was going to be something a little more than it was, and I think that it turned into something a little more immature. Not as.
Well, they're talking about cocks and balls all the time, making sex jokes, talking about their fleshlight.
It was
paying out on one
That's
person,
not what I
particularly
mean
at the
by-
table.
It's not what I mean by immature. I love that. I guess it's the when it came to the role playing, I guess it was a lot more about I just want to power game and bash stuff and
Right,
be
okay.
a murder hobo.
Yeah.
And the game didn't
Nuance,
allow.
kind
I
of
wanted some
character
story.
development,
I wanted some
character
character.
nuance,
I wanted some interactions. I wanted some role play elements. And I guess they wanted tabletop gaming. They wanted the Warhammer experience where they just had the great number crunches and that's great. Fine, perfect. If that's your game, but that's the game that I'm kind of like. It's not really. I'm in for a little while on that, but I'm not coming back
Might as
week
well play
after week
Warhammer.
after week after week for that. I'm coming back week after week so that I can have an interaction with Lindsay's character. That then you develop a storyline and a history, and then you've got an in joke that you just love, and and you develop stupid things. Yeah.
There's the other thing about bringing. I find this really interesting because I really want the people I know to love the game because I think that's better, like for the world, if everyone loves this game. So I'm heavily invested, sometimes too invested in talking to people about it and wanting them to play. And then I get them super invested in it and they go, all right, let's play. And I'm like, no, not with me. No. You go find your own, go find your own shit because my shit's all full up and you don't have what it needs to what it takes to play at my table because, we are at a certain level of kind of nuance at the table that we know each other, and there's a level where we know where we jump in and out of role play, and this is how it sits. But you need to go find your own table and find your group because you'll love it. I know you'll love it. Go do that.
Mm-hmm.
I find that really tricky to go. I want you to, but not with me.
Do you get fear of missing out when they actually go and do it though?
No, I love hearing about it. I love to know that they've gone and played. Like, I was talking to a guy, Reese, who's got a game over on one of the islands at Redland and plays regularly. And I don't want to be in his game. I don't need to be at his table. It's a great table. It sounds like super fun. He's got the right people doing it the right reasons. I think it's awesome what he's doing.
Your dance card's full.
I'm cool.
Yeah.
I'm good.
Sorry, Lindsay, what were you going to say?
I think it's kind of interesting, even because Luke stepped away from our casual game, and
It's better, right?
Stepped or pushed?
I kind of think it will be quite interesting if he comes back after Norman's a little bit older and he's got a bit more free time, because it's been a good year and a bit since you've stepped away.
Yeah, 6 games.
It's like a.
We don't play much. Organising that game
When you
is
were
a
talking about
big
it, you go back,
issue.
no, you've got to be committed. You've got to be week to week. And I was just like, it's not been happening at all.
No, it hasn't in that
Oh,
game.
I think we've done a lot better
that's
this
It's
year.
been better recently this year.
But
Yeah.
that's a symptom of a large table as well, I think.
Yes. A lot more cogs
And
to
a
try
lot
and
more,
align.
Which is surprising, 'cause I'd think
complex lives.
I
as
think
well.
a large table would mean we'd always be able to play because
More capacity.
No, because everybody's got to get there. Yeah, and I think it's also stages of life as well. Like people are in some pretty busy moments, but that's the challenge, right?
How do you feel, Justin, if you bring someone to the table and then they bring someone to the table?
Well, that's not okay.
Ooh.
No. There's tiers of access, right?
Look, it depends how early. Like if they understand the table,
Yeah.
like I would be like, if Luke said to me right now, or Lindsay said, "Look, I've got someone who I think would be pretty cool about this," then I'd probably be like, "Lindsay, fuck off, Luke. Yeah, okay."
What about our brother David brought someone to the table on like week 2?
What?
He brought
Bodie.
Bodie.
No, I brought Bodie in.
Oh, you fucks.
I was the one that brought Bodie
Oh,
in.
he
'cause-
brought David.
So he brought David. He was the actual invite,
Well,
but he was too young to
Bodie.
drive himself at the time.
Bodie.
Bodie is our nephew is much better, and he's 26 now, but he started playing us when he was in high school.
Yeah.
And he was a much better player than our older brother,
Oh,
who
of
is
course.
distracted, who doesn't like. He is the
I
guy. He's
missed
the guy
that.
who's asleep all the time. It's
yeah.
like it's your go, and he's like, hit it with my axe.
Yeah, charge. Yeah. I missed that. I absolutely love
He's
that.
totally not like that
He's
anymore.
not
He's
like
been,
that. He's
he
been
hasn't even
role-playing.
bought, he hasn't even bought a laptop for
Yeah.
Really?
at all this year.
Yeah.
But he'd always have a really good character as
Oh,
well. Like,
great.
absolutely
Yeah.
great. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
He'd be switched
He's
down and he'd be
just-
like, right, I'm going to charge
And then
in.
come in with
one
brilliance.
up. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because Bodie builds his characters.
Yeah. They just come in with this beautifully,
Yeah.
like, that's mine. I own
Yeah.
that. And you're like, what the fuck? It's like, now you start investing?
Yeah.
Where were you 10 minutes ago when we needed help?
Yeah.
So, but
Wasn't
yeah.
he the one that coined the term, don't worry about it?
Yeah, don't worry about it. No,
No,
that was Brett.
that was
Was it
Brett.
really?
No, his terms are much more racist.
Is it like, how you doing? I'm all good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
5 hit points.
Well,
Yeah.
he's the one that we always say, well, 3 holes in the ground.
Yeah.
That comes
Oh,
from
Bacala is David.
Oh, Bacala, there we go.
Because that came from one of his characters
Yeah.
just charging in. It's like just charge in. So, yeah.
Always a dwarf.
Yeah. Always a dwarf.
And if not a dwarf, a human with dwarven
It's
tendencies.
dwarven tendencies. So,
Dwarven heritage.
yeah. So, look, it's a really nice way of us probably getting to the main business of today.
The
Oh,
business.
more beer.
The dicey question.
We've done that.
Oh, we have done that. Sorry,
Just
it just like felt like land.
Is there
Wow.
another dice? What? Is there a riddle of the day?
Okay, you're all fucked off from my table. Fuck off. Get off. Where we left it last week.
Oh, see, that wins, guys. Making the person you want to leave the table kick you out of their table.
Yeah. Yeah. I've had bands like that before. It's like I'm currently in a band right now that, one of the guys left and we've reformed the band and we're like, oh, he didn't quit the band. He just went and started a new band and left us behind. I mean, he went and found more talented people. We just, anyway.
Ouch.
Yeah, it happens all the time. It's not me, it's you.
It's all 4 of you.
yeah, it's not me, it's you. So you're at the very top of the Sky Tower. The Sky Tower has tilted. It's 35 degrees right now, as in
Oh,
tilted
that-
35 degrees, not the temperature.
Probably pretty close.
The ball of
That-
energy has just crackled a little bit more of the dust or the things that make the runes on the bottom has broken, and 2 beams of light have shot out from the ball of energy and cascaded onto the floor. Living lightning, if you will, hits the floor. It's a really funny place to be right now because we've got Reggie and we've got Miles, who are quite close to each other at this point in time with Tia. So the 3 of you have been going to the wall in your melee characteristics and all that kind of stuff. But none of you really know where Flopsy is. The last you saw, Flopsy got pulled into this energy moat, turned into gas, and is gone. So
there's a coyote-like shape of Flopsy as if he'd left very quickly, and there's a dust cloud of him just sitting there.
just there.
It's probably slightly pink tinged, right?
No, it's all, it's all bludgeoning damage.
Yeah, because you don't bleed from blunt force
He
trauma.
was crushed.
Yeah.
Crushed.
So the circle is strained. The energy has popped out. Flopsy is in a gaseous form, so you can see a gaseous humanoid lying on the floor, floating
Floating there.
just above the floor.
Insubstantially. Floating there.
Insubstantially away from you. Now, where you are isn't that far away from where this all is. You're talking 20 to 30 feet away from where you're standing to this ball. This whole place isn't, that's the radius of this big circular room anyway. But these 2 things of lightning just hit the floor and you just crackle, and the hair on the back of your arms stands up. If you don't have hair on the back of your arms, the hair on the back of whatever you're on your
Feet.
back, the top of your feet, if you're a halfling, stands on end, and you can feel the energy in the room.
Static charge.
At which point I say to you, let's start with some initiatives. Not you, Brett.
Just one character.
Not you, Flopsy. So I am taking my bottle of. This is
Jail.
my dice jail. So this is dice jail again. I did this last week and it kind of worked. I'm looking for redemption, dice jail. Looking for redemption.
I'm going to new dice because those dice that I roll are just shit.
Okay. So let's get to this. All right. We are at initiatives right now. Who's got some initiatives for me right now?
I do.
Miles, what are you?
19.
Oh, that's good.
19.
Not bad.
What about you, Reginald?
Little Reg got 15.
Reginald has got 15, same as the hit points he's got. What about Tia?
22.
22, 2 duck swimming. And Flopsy?
Don't worry about it.
Well, I need to know.
He doesn't have one.
He doesn't have a...
He's unconscious.
How can a fart have initiative?
Oh, one has initiatives.
It's got,
They come
A will of their own.
rapidly.
it's got its own initiative. Holy magoli. Wow. I did not realize that was going to be the initiative
We've got some dex-based characters coming up.
of this creature. So, Tia, you got a 22, but you know what? I'm just going to let you know this. I also got a 22. So let's talk about who's got the higher initiative bonus.
Oh, I'm guessing by your exclamation just then, you will. Plus 3?
Oh, plus 8. So I
Yeah.
think mine
Oh
goes
my.
first. That gives you a little sneak peek behind the
According to my
screen.
calculation, that means he's got a very high dexterity.
It maybe, or maybe they've just got improved initiative,
Oh, yeah.
or maybe both. Looking straight at you, you can see the flare of one of the lightning. So there's two of them that are sitting
got
on,
eyes?
on the floor. No, you can't. They're basically living lightning bolts.
So how do I know they're looking at me?
So you don't.
All right,
you
okay.
see, you're looking at them,
Oh, right,
and
okay.
you see a flare
Gotcha.
of them. No, they're not wearing flares either.
Night fever, night.
And like a spark that just zips through the air, it turns into a lightning bolt and just so almost like Electro in the Spider-Man movies traveling along some kind of conduit. The spark flies straight through the air at the closest character, which is actually Tia at this point in time. Tia, I'm going to revel in doing this because I am going to do a trip attack upon you.
That's why he went for you.
Oh, okay. I get a pretty good bonus on this trip attack,
I bet you
and I
do.
don't think this is good.
With a +4 deck.
18.
+8 deck.
Tia holds strong and firm.
Tia holds strong and firm with
Not by 5.
Oh, okay.
with living lightning right in front of it. The second one does exactly the same, but Miles, you are its target this time. I think this isn't going to be too bad on a trip attack to get you upon the floor because they've been watching Little Reg from the
Oh, no.
They don't know how to sleep strike anyone, so they're going to do this. Wow, this is a lot. This is above 30.
Oh my.
Yeah, that will do it.
Yeah, so
Does that take me at the same time?
they charge in and boom, you are on the floor. It's almost like a static electricity hits you, the jolt of energy, and you kind of, your tendons all seize up and you kind of can't move anymore and you just lose your balance and fall straight to the floor in a spasm of
Like I've
electricity.
been tasered.
Like you've been
Nice.
tasered. That brings us
Oh,
to
yeah.
Tia. Tia, you have a living ball of electricity in front of you, crackling with energy, bits of lightning popping in, popping out.
She's going to take a strike at this thing and see what happens. She's nervous that her sword might not do what it needs to do, but she's going to give it a crack.
Sure.
At 22 to hit.
22 strikes the living lightning bolt that is in front of you.
Max damage. 25 points of damage.
Nice.
Wow.
Do it, dear.
Not all of that, guys.
What does that look like?
You're axe is it the
Bastard
actual
sword.
sword? So the bastard sword comes through and you can see the light as it touches the lightning, arcs of lightning kind of spin around it and they move around like it's a malleable, almost like a
folding around
jelly.
it.
It's folding
Yeah.
around, but you keep cutting through and you see sparks fly out and the lightning bolts themselves shear into, and you can see a palpable damage as it fades in light. And the living lightning seems quite substantially duller than when we started the round.
I'd like to think your sword is kind of like glowing a bit hot now. Like, when you get the 10,000
She
degree
can't
blade.
let it go because the electricity's gripping it onto her hand.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
She's got a 5-foot step back.
Miles, it's your go after Tia 5 foot steps back. You also are on the floor with some electricity moving over the top of you.
Okay. I don't know what I'm going to do. I'm going to misfortune the one that is above me.
Mm-hmm.
That zapped me.
That is a 10 for a will save. Failed.
And then I'm going to get up.
Mm-hmm. Provoking an attack of opportunity with misfortune.
Mm-hmm.
I rolled within one of myself. Do you have anything in your hands at the moment, Miles?
No.
No? What kind of armor do you wear?
Leather.
Okay. Perfect. That will be an 18 to hit you.
Cool. Yeah, that would hit.
A living kind of sponginess of lightning smashes into you. The first part of that actually does a physical damage as you stand up, and it's quite substantial. It's 8 points of physical damage as it kind of burns and electrocutes you all at the same time. But on top of that, you will also take another point of just straight arcing electrical damage that throws you into spasms and kind of moves your body and damages you.
Was that just one extra point electric, did you say?
2.
2.
And you are stood.
On the positive side, your arrhythmia seems to be fixed.
Ooh. That changes a lot.
Mainly on your hit points?
Yes. Can I move without provoking an attack from the other one?
Without provoking in it, yes.
Okay. I move away. I'm hoping to move towards one of those little lighty things, the things that Flopsy covered up.
Yep.
I'm hoping to move towards that.
Okay. So you can definitely get to one in
I'll get to
one move. Now you have the movement. So doing your hoogie boogie that made it isn't a move action or anything, is it?
That's an action to misfortune?
Yeah, and an action to stand up.
Ah.
Yeah.
It's an action to stand up.
Yes.
Or is it a move
Move action.
Move action. to stand
Yeah.
up. All right. So
Yeah.
I can't move.
So you cannot move at this point in time. Reginald.
How far away am I from said lightning things?
Not too far away.
Okay. Would a knowledge dungeoneering give me any information on this kind of creature? Or do I have to go
Nope.
the right? No. Okay. So Tia's stepped back, so she's not in
That's right.
range. And
That's correct.
so nobody's in a
No
flanking.
flanking. Oh,
Miles
Miles is
is.
flanking.
Oh, okay. So can I move to the one where Miles is near to it?
Yeah, you can definitely get into a flanking position with that one.
I'm going to give it a good.
You take the long way around with all your speed and get into there without
having
provoking
seen
an
a
attack of
dazzling
opportunity.
display from Tia's sword.
It was brute force.
Yeah, Reggie's going to give it a quick swipe with his camera,
Yep.
hoping to have a similar effect with
Hit it hard.
a mere fraction of the damage.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's not bad. Does a 25 hit?
A 25 is going to hit its armor class.
Okay, so I am in a sneaky, and let's get the right dice and see how much damage we can do. Minimum damage on the D6,
Is it
maximum
3?
damage on the D4.
Is it 3
Oh,
when
that's
you add it
Is
all
a
together?
6 damage
Whoa.
total.
Wow.
So not a bad,
That's not bad.
Not a bad go
What does that look like,
whatsoever.
Justin?
What? Again, the karma slices straight through it. It's spongy electricalness, and you see some of the dullness. It's certainly not as dull as its compatriot, but it is certainly
What kind
a lot
of form?
more dull.
Sorry if you did describe this already. Is it kind of a humanoid form, or is it just like a?
It's like a living
ball of-
lightning bolt,
Just
almost a ball of lightning that is malleable, like a protoplasm of
arcing
of
out as it's
lightning.
attacking and stuff.
Yeah,
like that.
yeah,
Cool.
It just moves around.
Cool.
And there's round number 2.
So is it levitating? Sorry, is it?
They are definitely off the ground. Yes.
Cool.
So they definitely do not have. They don't look like they are upon the ground. Tia,
Yes.
the one that is just in front of you, does a weird kind of maneuver as it tries to do what's called an overrun upon you.
Come at me, little light bulb.
What's a light bulb?
It is a thing that I've seen in our alchemists thing where they go zappy zap. Don't know. I said it and I called myself out at exactly the same time.
Should have gone Firefly.
Little buggy bug.
All right. So I'm going to do a combat maneuver called an overrun upon you. Now, in order for me to do an overrun, I'm just looking it up right now and I'm going to read it because obviously we all need to learn this ourselves. So as a standard action taken during my move, I can attempt to overrun a target moving through your square. I can overrun someone who is no more than one size. Yep, size category is fine. I've got all of that stuff. If I fail to overrun you, I stop in the space directly in front of you or the nearest open space. For this one, it'll be the open space in front of you. When I attempt to overrun you, Tia, can choose to avoid me, allowing me to pass through the square without requiring an attack. If your target does not avoid you, you make a combat maneuver. So essentially what it's saying is, I've said I'm going to overrun you. You can basically say, I'm going to move out of the way of this overrun and avoid the overrun maneuver, or I'm going to stay here and I'm going to cop the combat maneuver. And if I win that combat maneuver, or if it loses it, it's going to stay where it is and it's not going to get anywhere.
If it moves past me, is there an attack of opportunity upon it as it moves out of my threatened square?
Yeah.
That depends on if it's an improved overrun or if I remember correctly.
No, not for the overrun maneuver. No, because not for the movement. Sorry. So because anyone that's standing around you probably would have got that, but these guys are all upon the other thing, so none of them are.
And what's behind me that it might want to
it.
get to by charging over
Some
the top
open
of me?
space.
Sorry, did you just have the provoking conversation?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, just some. Yeah, are you trying to provoke me, Luke? So if
we had the provoking attack of opportunity conversation.
What? Are you reading rules? Is
I
that
am
what-
reading a rule,
He's
yeah.
glitching out because he's reading rules. That's exactly what's happened to me. So Tia, you got to tell me right now, are you going to choose to maneuver out of the way or are you going to stay where you are?
She's going to stay where she is and trust in
Okay.
her strength and her abilities to
Okay.
stop this thing.
So I am going to
Finish
do
it once
a
and for
combat
all.
maneuver with dice that I don't trust. So let's see how this goes.
I'm taking a leaf out of Lindsay's book and trusting on Justin's dice rolling.
Well, judging by the look on his face, that might be worthwhile.
Son of a bitch!
If you fail by more than 5, do I get an attack of opportunity, Justin?
Just reacting to my roll here.
He's having a moment.
I had something happen in that last turn when you guys reminded me of the move mechanics.
Yeah.
Where I filed away my 5e rule set
Yeah.
and then uploaded Firefighter. And it was like an actual physical thing that I could see my brain doing.
Banish you!
Today, I'll take this one.
So
See, what I do when I do that is I file nothing and withdraw nothing.
So, in order for me to do this maneuver, I get a plus 16
What the?
to this maneuver,
How come?
right? Just because of things.
Right.
So, this creature plus 16.
It does this thing.
What is your
It's good at
CM?
this.
What is your CMD?
It's consistent at 22.
Okay. And yet, I roll a fucking 1.
Oh, but it's a combat maneuver. It's a no fumble.
So, is that true?
I think that's true.
Yep.
Not an attack roll, combat maneuver. We've never done fumbles on combat
No,
maneuvers.
we haven't. You're quite right.
But do I get an attack of opportunity if you fail by 5 or more? Doesn't matter. You didn't fail by 5 or more. You're at 17 and I'm at 22. That's
Correct.
5.
Good maths.
It is 5 or more, right? That's 5. That's the 5 or 5 or more.
But I think it's 5 or more on the dice roll.
What the fuck is happening?
Luke and I are talking about
yeah.
rules, Justin.
Yeah, you two are glitching like something else right now. This is crazy.
You short circuited them with your electric guys.
The creature attempts to overrun you. You see its tendrils kind of reach out in towards you and kind of try to knock over you, but Tia's sword seems to just slap it straight back. It kind of like a magnetic field. It hits you and you kind of move your sword and it just stays in place. It's your go, Tia.
You are the wrong polarity, little one. You cannot get past me.
T is smart.
Nope. Not at a 6 intelligence, no.
6.
But she knows what a light bulb is.
That's
And polarity.
That's what she's seen above
Idiot
people's
savant.
heads. Yep, she puts the idiot in savant.
I enjoyed that. Thank you.
She's going to do what she did last time and try and hit it.
Okay.
Oh.
Well, it's only a 23 this time.
I'll just roll that one more time.
Oh, no.
Mhm.
Does a 26 hit?
Yeah, it does.
So that's a crit.
Yeah. Okay.
At a natural 19.
Okay.
Dear.
She's got 9 on the dice for a total of 39 points of damage.
39 points of damage from that critical.
Yeah.
Now, your last hit that you did 25 points of damage, right? From the first time you hit it.
yeah,
So
max,
the
yep.
first time you hit it with the bastard sword, you did 25 points.
Yeah.
Rendering it 1 hit point. So it's dead. You see
They
lightning.
are very susceptible to swords.
You see lightning spark everywhere, and it's almost like imagine a fuse box blowing up. Just sparks go everywhere, and a sparkler's bits fall over all the floor, and the creature dissipates.
It is easy. Just hit them hard.
Miles,
Sure. Easy.
2 fucking rounds.
That was two rounds for most enemies. That would have been 2 rounds.
The only reason why the last one wasn't is because I made you run away.
And withdraw.
Okay, you withdraw.
And run to that thing.
Okay. You move out of the creature's reach all the way up to the object that's covered by a cloak. All right. Reggie.
Okay,
Reggie.
so are we still... They came out of a sphere, didn't they?
They came out of the sphere. Yes,
Yeah.
Reggie.
So are we still really near the sphere?
Yeah.
Is the sphere still there? I thought
Yeah,
that
it's a
sphere
big ball.
transformed into these
No,
things.
it kind of moved, and you can see it's pushing against whatever the runes are on the floor that are made in powder. And remember, the whole killing blow of the last thing actually moved some of the powder, weakening the thing that's keeping this power in, and these things came out of it.
So as soon as Flopsy's back up, he'll solve that. He's got exactly the right things.
So
to fix that up.
Reggie's wondering
Knowledge
if
geography.
getting them near the sphere again will get them in the sphere.
Okay.
So Reggie is going to attempt to reposition.
Okay.
I'm trying something different,
Hey,
guys.
you.
I'm fully in.
So I'm trying to reposition it. This is going to go drastically wrong because this is going to be. I know you're going to be way above me on the roll here. So and reposition is not my jam. Oh, that's not bad. So for reposition roll, I got an 18 on a reposition. CMB.
So in my mind, how do you see yourself repositioning an
Desperately
electrical
trying
creature?
to grasp at a lightning ball.
Yeah. I kind of think that maybe you do a jump with 2 feet that kick out, trying to move it into a direction.
Sure, you can play my character. That's
and
fine.
stuff. I don't know. Brett's getting me to describe lots of things today, so I'm just in the flavor of it.
What you should have done is you should have used
Well,
a
how did
karma to make like a wire so it travels along the
Oh,
wire.
yeah. See?
Right.
Sorry.
Thanks, guys.
You know what, Lindsay? Can you play Luke's character from now on? Because that is fucking genius. I love the idea of that. Let's retcon it. the karma strikes out, the chain that's forming the path upon it, but it doesn't quite
Instead, it
become the
earths through me.
conduit that you wanted it to.
How did I get the blame for that?
Because you kept asking me, what does that look like?
Yeah, because
Even though
Podcast.
it was you doing the hit.
So did I? Sorry, what I should have said before we did any of this was you get an attack of opportunity.
Oh, I do.
Yeah.
Oh,
What, you fool?
okay. That's going back in dice jail. Fucking 1. I don't like using dice jail dice anymore. I thought it was a good idea, but now I realize how my anger. That dice that I just rolled has been with me for a very, very long time. I used that dice probably in my first game session. That's one of the first dice I ever bought, and it's been in dice jail for most of its fucking life. Fuck you, dice. I'm angry. I'm upset. You've got a karma in your hand.
Yeah.
That dice has got bad karma.
you can't see it. It's
I'm
camouflage.
I'm ready to write the damage.
It's
down.
a karma chameleon.
I just have to roll again because I just forgot that I have to roll again.
No, you don't anymore.
Yeah, this one. Oh, did you not? Because you didn't cackle.
Correct, because it's a move action to cackle and I stood up.
Okay. Either way, the first roll was the worst roll. Things are not looking good for these lightning elementals. They just wanted to come out here, have a good day. They've got a spark of life, but they really want to shine their light upon people, you know. And what you guys are doing is ruining it at this point. So it is going to get. I'm trying to do maths in my head.
Yes,
that's why. 18 to hit.
That beats my AC by 1.
Oh, and so you get a telling idea as to maybe why, because your karma with its metal seems to attract parts of the lightning. You can see tendrils of lightning come out towards the karma, reaching into it. It hits the karma, and you take 5 physical damage from this as lightning cascades through your body. You take 1 point of electrical damage, but 5 physical as all of it basically shudders through you, and it rattles your bones so much you take 5 physical points.
Cool. And then I do that thing that Lindsay said.
And fail.
Mm.
Yeah. Is there anything else that you're doing?
I take a 5 step back.
And is there anything else that you're doing?
No.
Okay. You take a 5-foot step back from this creature. That leads us to round number 3. Probably the last round this creature's going to be alive if Tia gets involved.
Can I take my 5-foot step back towards Tia?
You definitely can. So you move towards Tia, who's only really 10 foot away from this creature. Like Tia
doesn't have the bonuses to hit you with it. Hit it with you. Like she can't pick you up and whack it for the same kind of output.
Tia is 100% in charge distance for this.
I wouldn't be a reach weapon for you anyway. I'm too short.
I'm not reach. I'm just hard. I hit hard.
I'm going to try something new. So this creature's got a whole heap, as you can see, it's got a whole heap of things that it can do as part of its attack. So this time, Tia,
Like what, Justin?
it's going to look at you.
Can it overrun?
It's going to do
Haven't seen that yet.
another. It can. I said can do. I
I'll
didn't
try
say
and grapple it next week. Get as
necessarily
many CMD checks.
would be as good. But you move sort of next to Tia in your 5-foot step. It moves straight up to Tia, and it attempts to disarm you, Tia.
Does it?
Okay,
we
so
go.
I can attempt to disarm an opponent in place of a melee attack. As a disarm, I can do a standard action in place of a melee attack, and I can try to take the weapon from your hand. So if I actually succeed in this, Tia, you are going to drop the weapon regardless of if you are wielding it in 2 hands or not, because it's a single weapon. If you are wielding 2 weapons, and I do really well, I could even take 2 weapons with 1 go.
So if I was
with an
wielding
amazing-
Reggie and my sword.
Yeah. But if I fail, there's some bad things that are going to happen.
Huh.
So I'm going to use the same dice. Watch me roll a 1
Right.
again, because this is just the way. Oh, that is a pretty decent number that I just rolled. Now I get a couple of bonuses upon this because now you're wearing a medal.
Am I wearing metal?
No, your
it's a Tommy
sword
do.
is metal.
Ah, okay.
So your sword is metal, which means that I get a little bonus upon that.
Yeah.
Without the bonus, I'm just going to say that is 30.
What is it with the bonus though?
33.
Yeah, that hits.
Yeah. So lightning streaks into your arm. You feel the flexotendons of your hands grip and then release, and the sword clatters
The little bugs zap the
Clangs.
weapons out of your hands. Be careful. Oh,
to the ground.
I think you're okay, little wretch.
It is your go, Tia.
She'll pick up the weapon
Mm-hmm.
and she'll hit it with it.
Well played. I can see the. It's a real issue. It's a real issue, right? Yeah. Oh, wait.
Hmm.
Okay. I
Yeah.
didn't read this last line. If you successfully disarm your opponent without using a weapon, you may automatically pick up the dropped item.
Okay.
Does it have hands?
That is an interesting thing. Yeah, it's corporeal. It's 100% corporeal.
I thought it was a ball.
It is a ball, but it can
Ball
still
heads.
it can still pick things up. Now, there's a comical value to you just picking it up, because really, let's talk about shit rules,
Yeah.
because that is pretty shit.
Well, in higher levels, it works really well because I wouldn't get a full round attack on you. I'd get a single attack. But at this level,
It's
it doesn't matter.
Also, can I point out something that's obvious?
yeah,
Picking up a weapon provokes an attack of opportunity.
I don't care about that.
does it now?
Yeah.
Okay.
Picking up something off the floor provokes an attack, right?
I was so spellbound by that. And that makes perfect sense to me, Lindsay, that it does.
Because you're bending over to get something. I can double check.
Yeah, because you're not drawing a
think
weapon, you're
that's
actually
right.
bending over to pick it up.
And it would
That
work
is-
wonderful on a wand, right? Because then magician, unarmed, vulnerable. It would work wonderful if I was at
You know
15th
what,
level
Lindsay?
with 5 attacks.
I know your XP is already in front of everybody else's by 2, I think,
Yep,
at this
2.
point. Get another XP point. You are now 3 points in front of everyone.
That's 3 for you.
Yeah.
Didn't
You
get
are the
that.
Reggie
I didn't get that to
XP.
remind you that I provoke an attack of opportunity, but there we go.
Reggie XP. Look, if he can wield the rules of the game and actually put them in my favor, I'm nothing but happy about that. So, Tia, I am not going to. I'm still.
You
I didn't say it. So
you can
it's
take
on
the
the floor.
weapon.
Take your attack of opportunity, you motherfucker.
Oh, he's happy about that.
Just going to roll again.
Someone's smiling.
That's how happy I am right
Is that dice now out of dice jar?
It might be out of dice jail. It's middling, but it just performed.
So how many does it have to win before it?
Spectacularly. I don't know. We've got to repair some damage that it's done. I remember what this dice did to me, and it wasn't kind. It wasn't nice. This was some dice bought for a particular ranger character, and it made that character die badly. Okay. Natural 20 was what I rolled first, but
Well
I'm gonna see if I can confirm a natural 20, and I don't think this is going to do it for
45.
me. It is 19.
19 does not confirm, unfortunately.
Okay. So,
And you missed by 5 or more, so we're getting an attack of opportunity. No, you don't.
Tia, the lightning smacks into you. You take electrical damage that ends up doing 6 physical and 2 electrical to you. It rattles your bones so much on the way down as you are picking up the weapon.
And she'll stand up and return the favour
Yeah.
and try and hit it back.
See if you can not crit me.
Oh, it's only 21 to hit
Yes. A
Oh.
21 will hit.
for 24 points of damage.
What does that look like as you kill?
Well, I think she's still sparking, so it's a little jittery, and then she just swings it over her head, trying to control her muscles, and smashes it straight down on the wall, trying to bash it into the
How much
floor.
fucking damage do you do if you power attack?
This is all power attack. Always standing.
Oh, that's right, because you don't take a thing for power attack.
Standing order is power attack.
Yeah. So,
Two-hand power
you
attack.
find yourself in a room. The room is once again devoid of electrical creatures. There's just you guys in this room. As a dissipation, you see sparks fly on the ground, and that kind of little black spots as the sparks hit the floor where sparking would happen.
This little one tingled. Where is Jardy?
I imagine when she's saying that, do you remember in Return of the Jedi when Luke has the Emperor over his head and he screams and it goes, you see the electricity go through his teeth? That's what I assume that's happening with Tia right now.
She likes it.
Yeah.
It's like the little rabbit short circuiting out. Where is Jarty?
I have no idea. Anyone see him?
I left and came back and he was gone. Where did he go?
I'm not sure. He was fighting things and then just disappeared, drank a potion and poof.
You saw him drink a potion?
Yes.
Okay, what is this ball?
I have no idea. Can I make a knowledge arcana on it?
Mm-hmm.
See if I can stop the overload or anything like that.
It's knowledge planes. We
Knowledge
established
plane.
this one.
Does it look like it's still active?
It does, and it's pulsing weirdly. You can still see the sky key slowly sliding towards
can I make a jump for
this
that?
ball.
A
You
jump?
can definitely make a jump for it.
23.
And then of knowledge planes.
Mhm.
Okay. You think that this is a portal to some kind of planar space that might be connected with the tower itself and what's going on with the tower, and it's trapped and it's very powerful.
Okay. Is there a way I can?
And it's failing. Whatever is keeping it contained is failing right now, and there is an imminent danger of it not being kept.
Can I make any kind of knowledge check on the key to figure out how the weedy little wizard kept it under control for so long?
You would have to actually have mastery of the key at this point in time for that to happen.
Okay.
So, Reg, you
Reg,
run for the key
Gonna
and
make a
grab
die for
it.
it? Yep.
Yep.
It's a straight strength check.
Easily. Yep. Strength check.
Easily, he says that. No.
You easily grab it. It's not hard to, there's
okay.
no trick to
So
grab
I
it.
continue to be dragged along the floor with a 4
Okay.
on a strength
You
check.
continually be dragged. Tia, are you doing anything?
She's going to, because we played this game last round before these things appeared, she's going to grab hold of Reggie, grabbing hold of the key. 22 strength check.
Again, the key continues. It seems
I was
unre-
never going to
un-
stop
No,
it.
I don't think
seems
Tia's
that
ever
there is
going to
an
get it.
unrelenting movement
We
towards it.
cannot
You-
stop the key from going this way.
So I can pick it up, but I can't stop it from
No,
going in
you
the direction.
can't move it. It is literally just sort of floating above the floor, moving towards the globe or that globe of energy, the planar shift that probably Miles is talking to you about, and it's just moving unrelentingly.
So I
no
can't
matter
even
what you
expedite
guys have
its-
done, you cannot push, pull, move, manipulate in any way, shape, or form.
I'm still standing by those light beam things. I'm going to unsheath the one.
Yep.
And I'm going to point it at them and see if it makes any difference.
You point it at them.
In the general direction
Oh,
of the key.
at Reggie.
Yep, Reggie
Or-
and
and
Tia.
Tia?
Yep.
And are you doing anything else? You're just pointing it at them.
What can I do? UMD?
Switch it on.
Light bulb.
Use magic device? Is that what I'm doing?
Yep.
Sorry if this disintegrates you. 18.
An 18.
Skin flays from...
It's Flopsy that's got the resistance to magic, isn't it?
Not magic. No.
Fire.
Oh, sorry, fire.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. But just to be clear, Tia and Reggie don't.
No.
Correct.
Okay. Tia and Reggie. As you are both grappling a key that seems to be moving, unendingly moving, you can't stop it. You're straining against it. You are somewhat battered, bruised. However you're feeling right now, you've gone through a bit of a fight. In your mind's eye, you feel warm. And your body begins to feel warm. And you feel that warmth glow, and you kind of look over at where Miles is, and you see that the lens, the red lens with those weird kind of rocks in it, it's also glowing, and it seems to be glowing and a beam of light coalescing towards each of you, splitting in two as it gets near you, almost forking, and the heat intensifies and intensifies and intensifies. It's not unbearable, but it's uncomfortable. What are you doing this next round?
Knowledge Arcana.
Gee, it's getting hot in here.
Those things zapped me bad. I've got the flushes. Holy one, this is hard.
What are you doing?
Feels like a sauna.
Reggie doesn't think he can actually hold this key anymore, so he's going to let go.
Mm-hmm. So Reggie lets go of the key. You're going to move. You're going to do anything.
I'm going to jump up and then.
Because Tia's holding onto you, holding onto the key, and we're both pulling. Does that mean Tia falls over holding? Like, is there a repercussion on that?
Oh, it's just above the floor, so I envisaged myself diving for it.
And then she dived and grabbed your legs and pulled back, and didn't work. So you were stretched in between it and Tia. Right now, then she's probably going to fall over on a butt if you let go. That's fine. I think it's good. It's fun.
Don't worry.
That's a fun outcome.
It'll stop hurting after the next round.
Yeah, well, yeah. So I'll let go, and I'm going to get out of the way of the ray and reassess.
Okay, and Tia?
Tia stands up, not knowing that it's the ray. She doesn't have enough wits to kind of add that together. And Holy One, what is the plan? Where do we go?
Get out of the way of the get out of the light. Get out of the light.
It is light everywhere in here. We are in the sky.
Look at this tan. Move.
Oh, you do look good. Have you been getting some rays?
Yes, literally just.
And do you lift?
What?
You got swole.
What are you doing, Mars?
Can I tell if they're under duress?
You can see a beam of light coming straight from this towards them.
Can I make a
You've
knowledge
seen
check?
this
Reggie
beam
have
of light.
considerably less hair than he did
At
before.
the very beginning of this encounter, you saw a beam of light that looked very similar to this.
But didn't they shoot that at us? I'm going to point it at the orb.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to move the beam to look at the orb.
Yep. So you move the beam to look at the orb. The beam of light moves over like a Ghostbusters beam, I guess.
Don't cross the streams.
It moves towards the light, but it stays tethered to both Reggie and to Tia.
Does it pick up a Flopsy?
It does not pick up a Flopsy. It just stays tethered to Reggie and Tia. Reggie and Tia.
I might have done something bad. Sorry.
Cover the light. Cover it.
I do not know what you are talking. It is hot.
From inside of you, you feel the heat swell a little bit more, and a warmth from the center of your core starts to move outwards. It spreads through your chest, down your shoulders, and into your hands. And in your brain, you feel that you might have control of a beam of heat that can now, when you choose, be shot from your hands.
Have I just been charged up?
Yeah. That's what I thought was going to happen. That's what I thought was going to happen.
Tell yourself 15 seconds ago that was going to happen, Lindsay.
What?
I move it away. Or it would have if Lindsay hadn't have moved
Have
it
I
away.
just become a firebender?
I thought the beam was powering him up at the beginning. And then you said I saw it something like that
A
before.
beam
And
of
I'm
light.
like, I thought the fire came from the bad guys, not from the...
Is this what it's like being a fire sorcerer, Luke?
What are Tia and Reg going to do?
The sphere's in the middle.
Mm-hmm.
The key is still moving towards the sphere.
Mm-hmm.
And the ring of whatever thing was going on is broken.
The binding circle, you
Yeah.
would say, yes.
It's broken. You would say that if you knew what a binding circle was, which my character probably wouldn't, right?
You're cleric-y enough to know what a binding
Okay.
circle would be.
Cool. Binding circle's broken. I'm going to try and figure out where Flopsy is. If I saw him drink, if I know he's taking a potion, as Lindsay's character had said, Mars has said, do I know how long that's going to last for?
Nope.
Would a detect magic find him?
You can see his gaseous form.
Insubstantial kind of form of him there.
The form of Flopsy is below the beam of light in a gaseous.
So I've seen that he's inanimate, in other words, like unconscious or not doing.
It's just a gaseous blob of Flopsy that's just there.
Almost
It's not
an
moving.
angelic form of him lying there, floating.
It's not moving.
But am I getting the impression that he's like, knowing that how
He's
gaseous
not moving. It's not
Yeah.
there's no animation to it at all. It is literally still.
Still got a bottle in his hand.
Got a smoky bottle.
All signs of it say that he's not in good shape.
Okay, can I?
The gas is green and smells like farts.
I don't think I need to touch for rebuke death.
Pretty sure you do.
Yeah, that's what. Oh, yeah, you can touch.
Would
it
you
again.
like
It's
me-
the first 3 words you can touch. Can I touch a cloud?
Do you tell us, scientist man? Shoot him with a ray of frost first. Freeze him. I reckon you make him roll a percentile check.
You reckon no? I can't do it.
I can't tell you because you're doing it and you don't know as a character, but the 7th word is insubstantial, misty, and translucent. Insubstantial is a very specific word. In
What
this
are you
spell.
trying to?
but I'm pretty sure you can get hit when
before
you're
I
in
give,
that
Before I
phase
give
by
you
the
the answer,
tactic,
what are
can't
you doing? What are you trying to do?
So I'm going to try and reach out and cast Rebuke Death on the cloud.
Okay, so you reach out with a spell.
Reach my hand out. Oh no, am I going to fry him instead?
Your hand flies straight through an insubstantial gas. Now, while it does say here, it doesn't rule out the use of certain spells. Those spells have to be cast by the user by the looks of things. So I do believe that he does not have any substantiality that you can actually touch and give him a touch attack or a touch spell for.
Oh.
You were almost better in your first incarnation of doing that by when you said, "Oh, I wonder if I have to touch him or if I can just cast it upon him."
All right, I'll pull out my Wand of Cure mod
Mm-hmm.
and we'll throw that at him instead. Not throw the wand, but throw
So you
To the-
cast at.
Yep. at the
gas.
cloud. At the cloud.
Okay.
Cloud. So that's
So
Hang on.
Hmm.
Don't you still need to touch me with the wand?
no.
Is it got a range?
Mm.
It's a touch spell.
fuck off, you fucking fuckers. Well, Reggie's gonna delay.
Okay. That's interesting. Miles, what are you doing is you see Reg cast 2 spells.
Okay.
Or cast a spell and then pull out a wand.
Try to pin the key to the ground. Give me some time. And I'm going to run over to where the broken sigil is, the binding
Mhm.
sigil, and see if I can try and repair it.
Okay, it's like powder on the
Yep.
floor.
I pull out something we all have.
Dustpan and brush.
The conch. No, we don't.
A bag of glittery dust
Yep.
Okay. Yep.
that we got from a scorpion dude.
Yep. So
And
you
I
pull-
try and I don't know if there's any, if it needs to be some sort of magical substance.
Mhm.
I'm a farm boy.
You're rebuilding what you think the lines are.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's what I'm
What
trying
about
to
you,
do.
Tia?
Tia's going to try and take this heat and shoot it at the key.
Mm-hmm.
She doesn't know how, so she's just kind of going to point at the key and go, ah!
You point at the key, your finger glows like you're ET wanting to phone home. And from the very tip of your finger, a beam of red, hot, scalding light flies, hitting the key and doing damage. The damage that you've got here, Brett, essentially,
Do we really want to destroy the key?
I just got told. Didn't you just say?
He said, "Slow it down."
But, who knows? Maybe once it hits 0 hit points, it will fall unconscious and stop moving.
This is not,
No,
Have you
no,
tried
get,
tripping it?
Get it on. No, get on the Cassius forum.
this is not Tia's area of expertise. She'll check her knowledges. Oh, she has none.
I tripped something that's floating. That was why I didn't trip the lightning bolts.
could you please roll 2d6?
6.
6 points of damage, fire damage, essentially shoots straight into the key. You see a pinpoint part of it glow red and then cool down. You don't seem to have marred its
Nothing.
surface. It hasn't stopped moving. It's kept going. As a matter of fact, it's just uncomfortable to touch now.
And then she's going to go and try and stand between it and the ball.
Mm-hmm.
I cannot damage it, but I will try and slow it.
And you move close to the ball. The sky key ever inching forwards, Miles standing over with the glitter dust. You trying to reform. Reggie, you're, God knows what you're doing, just holding there with a wand in your hand and a
With the I don't know what
and
to
a
do. Look on my
wink
face.
and a prayer. And Tia, all of you are within 5 feet of this globe as it expands a little bit, contracts, and in the Hollywood movie kind of soundtrack, the sound disappears. Boom. And where the glowing part of light is, you see three beings. One being a living lightning creature, medium sized, but you see two worms floating in the air, worm-like creatures, and they are crackling with a little bit of energy, and as it dissipates you can see them rippling and their bodies kind of moving, and they move with an energy that seems to belay some excitement, and they, as they look at each other, then look around the room, and then they look at the living energy, and they it's almost,
They do the jitterbug.
yeah, it's almost like they're jumping up and down for joy at being free at this point. You see their little faces kind of make their eyes look around, because unlike the amorphous blob of lightning, these things look like worms with faces and wings that are floating in the air and moving around. Very small, tiny sized things. And we're going to see what happens next time we get together
So screwed.
for the Fumble Through podcast.
I'm charged up. I'm ready to blow.
Hey, good.
That's what she said.